So we have to get his thing down.
Anyone here struggle with strong reservations when entering monster-infested pits? Asking for a friend.
Catch!
So we have to kill enough enemies.
I smell a leak.
I bit the white of an eye from half a league away.
You mad? Don't shake that!
We'll catch 'em all!
Down to 4. Down to 3. Two. Down to 2.
Bigger they are, easier they are to touch.
That should do it.
Treasure trove ought to be close now. Come on.
Nice. Whew, okay.
As soon as the last beast had fallen, the Lyrians took to seeking out the treasure. Soldiers dispersed throughout the caverns in a rush, penetrating every last corner. Finally, one called out.
Got it! Got the treasure right here! Treasure! Shiny stuff!
A number of steel-reinforced chests lay up against the cavern wall. Meve blew the dust from the lid of one and lifted it with some difficulty. She had hoped for gold and jewels, bars of Mahakaman steel at the least. Instead, she saw thousands of time-tarnished copper coins with a hole through their center.
What's this bloody crap? Tokens of some sort?
Aye, that's right. Holy Goldens, we call them. They're, currency in Mahakam. Get our wages in them. Use them to cop victuals and hooch.
What of arms, armour, tools?
Nah, all that's given to us. Clan provides it. Is that what you need? Weapons? Oh, feel the agent now. Brought you here for no reason.
Yet these tokens, they can be exchanged for other coin, can they not? Temerian orans or Novigrad crowns?
Aye, doable in theory, but not at all clever. Rates are crap. See, the elders keep 'em low to make life difficult for dwarven folk, discourage 'em from leaving Mahakam.
So common dwarves don't use gold.
What's this? Common dwarves use no gold. You cannot be serious.
Yet I am. What good's gold to them? Clan gives them all they need, and victuals and hooch beyond need they get for tokens.
Yet you trade with humans. Gold coin you take for your goods, the coin must serve a purpose. What is it?
We hoard it all, in vaults, great piles. Down bottom lie ducats dating from the reign of that dozy ham-shanker King Dagrid.
And you do not put it to use, acquire anything for it? Then it's true what folks say, that you love gold too much to part with it. Hoard it for pleasure, as dragons do.
Point of fact, that there's pure drivel. Gold's a metal like any other, just yellow. We hoard it for our safety.
Your safety. I fear again, I simply don't follow.
Couldn't it be simpler? Soon as human folk get it in their heads we's a thorn in their side, we'll spend it. All of it, in a jiffy. Excess coin supply, that's called. Matter of days, gold will be worth less than sawdust. And you're tossing banks and economies, bam, on their arses. There'll be nothing left of them. They'll cave in faster than a mine shaft with rotten props. Why are you all ogling me? With human folk for neighbours, we dwarves got to be damn vigilant, as sheep round wolves.
So what am I supposed to do with these tokens?
So how can these tokens serve me?
We must trade them. Even should we get a pittance, it will be something. The soldiers demand their pay.
Ah, your bums out the windy. Fighting men want full dixies and tankards of hooch. Coins but a means to that end.
What do you suggest then?
As I've been saying, the tokens we use to purchase nourishment and mead, and what you've got in those chests, why, that'll do to fund a feast the likes of which Mahakam's not seen since Brewer was sworn in as Elder-in-Chief. The fighting men will eat and drink their fill, carouse about and forget their due and pay right quick. And invite the local dwarves to feast with you, and the clans will look kinder on you too.
Fine, we'll throw a feast.
Caution be damned.
Your Grace, I feel obliged to remind you we are at war with Nilfgaard, and every copper...
Should go to building our army, I know. But we live but once, Reynard. Sir Gabor, take the tokens and arrange me a feast so grand...
As Meve's force could not possibly fit in a tavern, the feast was laid out in a storehouse. Crates arranged in rows served as tables and benches, while the windows were festooned with lion's foot and passiflower. Great barrels of mead, cognac, and vodka were rolled in, and when the soldiers saw this, they broke out in cheers and laughter that lasted till dawn.
Pour us another round, you lovable Lyrian bastards!
For he's a jolly good fare, Sorry, a jolly good dwarf.
Gabor Zigrin Plus.
There was food and drink
Nice.
enough for the dwarves of the pass, who, with Meave's men, raised tankards in hand and voices in song the night through. To see them sharing tales and playing cards, one would not believe that anywhere down the mountains, through woods and across plains, humans and dwarves might, for the softest slight, leap at each other, murder in their eyes.
All right, let's look at old. What am I doing? Need to look at old. The card we just got. Continue. All right. So he is plus. They take him out because he's, yeah, they did take him out. Okay, 15 or 2 trinkets. Nice. Okay, put him back in there. Did I come down this way? I did. Oh, I can go under this. What am I doing?
The sound of approaching hoofbeats made Meave turn to see Reynard spurring on his panting horse, galloping at a breakneck speed towards her.
Ill tidings I bring, your grace.
Clearly. Glad tidings never arrive with such urgency.
Our scouts captured a Nilfgaardian messenger. He was traveling in disguise, and by night. When he realized his capture was imminent, he strove to destroy the letters he carried. We were able to salvage some, in parts.
Anything of interest?
Yes, there is, I fear. Your Majesty, you must listen. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meave and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed. Hail Keritza.
A traitor.
Oh,
We might have
man.
expected as much. Nilfgaard has shown amply that it abides only by the rules it sets. Since they have not proved able to defeat me in the field, in open battle, they seek other means. I suppose the scroll bears no name.
It does not, your grace.
Have you interrogated the captive?
The messenger. Have you questioned him?
Naturally, your grace. Alas, he knows not to whom the letter is directed. He was to leave it in an agreed spot.
I take it tidings of the whole affair have spread throughout the force.
Yes, your Majesty. The witnesses were too many to keep this fact a secret.
We must thus assume the traitor in our ranks knows it as well, and will make no attempt to retrieve the scroll. A dead end.
Have we any other clues?
Have we any other leads or clues?
None, I fear, your Majesty. We must be alert. Keep a keen eye on events as they unfold, and exercise great caution in forging new acquaintances.
Very well. Eyes wide open, all senses attuned. Yours in particular, Reynard.
Of course, my liege.
Oh man, we've got a traitor. Now who do we trust? Can we even trust people when we meet them? Let's see, did I leave? I did. I left this shrine. So I do still have another shrine. Milady, we've spotted gold down there among the debris. Debris. We can send a few soldiers to dig it up, but if the rope snaps, these rocks will serve as their final resting place. We're already negative, so that's not going to matter. We need gold. Need wood too. Your Majesty, something dwells in this house, a beast with burning red eyes and frightening growl. Perhaps it guards something worth finding, but only a few brave souls would be able to fit inside. Not all might return. Lose 3 soldiers. 1 man shall suffice. Ek of Densel, let him be the one to vanquish it. Yes. Tainted Ale. Oh, nope. I gotta stop doing that. Where's Tainted Ale? Mark a unit and boost it by 10. After 3 turns on turn start, destroy that unit and self. And self. I don't know what that means. Okay, we've got a report. Intercepted letter. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meave and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed. Okay, we need to go back up into there. My queen, this building houses the Bank of Clan Zigrin. The banker claims that should we invest now, in a few months' time, or its worth will be increased 3-fold. It sounds too good to be true. Should we invest anything? Sure. Let's invest.
Curse a Blackbrook Vale's been undone! And by a human! Curse a Blackbrook Vale's been undone!
I'd get up. I would, Your Majesty, but my arse is frozen to the ground. 4 Dwarfs Codex states it clear. If you're in a mine and something knocks, you'd do best not to knock back. Ever. 4 Dwarfs Codex states it clear.
Riding past a mine, Meave noticed a group of miners gathered around the entrance to a shaft. Frost had settled on their moustaches and beards, suggesting they had been there for some time. The Queen summoned Gabor and asked him to determine the reason for this sit-in. He returned after a few minutes and announced the most curious thing.
They're waiting for the knocking to stop.
Meave's frown prompted Gabor to explain in greater detail.
According to our laws, dwarves can't go into a mine if there's knocking coming from inside. We're obliged to wait for the ruckus to quieten down.
Ah, yes. Our own miners share this superstition.
Reynard interjected.
They say the knocking is that of a treasurer gnome, a kind of mine ghost.
With all due respect, your miners are dimwits.
Gabor said, patting Reynard on the shoulder.
Knocking means an imminent and abrupt discharge of the potential pliable energy of rock formations. In other words, you can, a rock burst. Except usually it's all done in a day or 2, whereas these lads have been waiting on 2 weeks. Foreman's grown impatient. He'd like to send someone down the shaft, have them see what's at issue, but, well, the code forbids us from doing anything of the sort.
Check to see what's happening in the mine.
If in this manner I can gain favour among your brethren,
Sighed the Queen, dismounting.
so be it. I shall descend and see what the problem is.
The shaft was too narrow to fit an entire army, so Meave and a small unit of men entered the mine, miners' lamps in hand and hearts in their mouths. The rhythmic knocking coming from the bowels of the mountains, distorted and multiplied, was unnerving. Soon the company arrived at the place that seemed the source of the knocking. Gabor put his ear to the rock and listened for several moments in silence, then struck the wall with all his might. the wall crumbled with a crash, opening a passage into another corridor, from which sprang numerous foes.
All right, here we go. In the darkness of the abandoned mine shaft, it was impossible to discern who stood against Meave's force. It was clear only that they were men, or at least something taking their form, imitating their voices. Knowing her sword was too large to thrust into the tight shaft, she threw it to the ground and reached for her dagger. Short battle. What are these? Okay, let's go with that.
Did you hear something? What was
Shadowy silhouette.
My gnome senses are telling me. Those definitely aren't ghosts.
They look like humans, like men.
Watch your heads! God's blast it! My breastplate.
That's not gonna do me any good.
Who goes there?
Oh, I
Drop your
forgot I had
weapons.
that too.
Nay, you drop yours! Catch!
Who just grabbed me?
Oh, apologies, Maeve. I thought you were raining. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Ah!
We might have this.
The chase is on!
Reynard, are we winning? I can't see a bloody thing.
Make
Feeling
love,
they're gonna kill her.
not war.
Oh. Oh. That may not work. They passed.
white of an eye from half a league away.
And we'll pass as well.
Stop! Stop, we surrender!
Both sides were surprised. Both fought in the weak light of torches, nearly down on hands and knees. In the end, the queen emerged victorious, and as soon as she had returned her sword to its sheath, she asked the new prisoners a question that was on everyone's mind.
Who the devils are you?
The captives looked at
Right?
each other in disbelief, as if before them stood a ghost. Finally, one of them managed to choke out a response.
Your Highness, we're your subjects.
Meve recognized the
What?
accent at once. The men came from Rivia. But what were they doing so far from home?
Man.
According to the prisoner's account, after the Nilfgaardians' invasion of their kingdom, terrible poverty gripped the land. Seeking bread, some desperate inhabitants had gone to the mountains of Mahakam, engaging in wildcat mining in search of precious ores. Without asking the dwarves what they thought of this,
You know yourself, my queen.
explained one captured Riv.
They guard their treasure real jealous-like, don't care a whit about the suffering of others. They see us starving down in valley and don't lift a stubby finger.
Sadly, the Rivians had dug close to existing corridors. When Gabor destroyed the wall that stood between them and the dwarves, they were convinced they were being attacked by monsters, so they raised arms in self-defense.
Maeve, 'tis a tough nut to ken,
Said Gabor.
but let's nae kid ourselves. These men are thieves, and we must hand them over to the Mahakaman Guard.
So they may do what?
Oh,
Sentence them to hard
man.
labour, or hang them at once.
Said Reynard, his usual calm shaken and his voice raised.
These are your subjects, Queen. They coveted their neighbours' goods, true, but only because they had nought themselves.
Why? Why do we have to make these decisions? If it was the dwarves in our land and they did this, we would want them brought to justice. And again, I don't want to make the dwarves mad. I'm sorry. I have to hand them over.
If dwarves left the mountains to rob the fields of Rivia,
Said the queen after some consideration.
See?
I'd want to judge them according to our laws. Like it or not, Bruverhook has the same right.
But, milady, you're us queen. You swore to protect us.
From harm, yes, but not from due punishment.
With a heavy heart, Meve handed the Rivs over to the Mahakaman Guard. What happened to them, I cannot say for certain, but they were not seen again.
Boy, they better be making these dwarf guys happy. Because it's not making me happy. Okay, before we go, I'm negative, aren't I? Let's go get this shrine. And this one's off the map. Alright, we're back to neutral. I have no resources here at all. Where am I supposed to go? Down? Here's some resources. Guess I have to go around. Got ourselves a puzzle battle. Lyrian winters are mild. Frosts are rare, and snow, should any fall at all, melts the moment it lands. Yet me soldiers had now witnessed an expanse of the frosty powder blankets the peaks of Mahakam. They delighted in the harsh beauty of the frigid landscape. Then they were struck with an ingenious idea, to pack snow into small orbs and hurl them at each other. Hilarity and hearty laughter ensued for minutes, that is, until a troll joined the revelry. To their terror, he had brought rocks to a snowball fight. Don't let me die. Okay. Damage all units on it by 2 and force the 3 highest units to swap rows on their side. On every turn, throw a troll snowball at the row with the most humans. Okay.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
And I can't let me die.
My spirit's willing and how, but
I get hit again.
killing me.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
That didn't work.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Aye.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away. Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Should have listened to me old lady. This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Oh man. It's all units by 2.
My spirit's willing and how?
I was gonna kill her.
Damn boots are killing me.
Alright. Math. Come on, math.
Aye. Should have listened to me old lady. This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads. My spirit's willing and how, but damn boots are killing me.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to die.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Still not doing something right.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to die.
Bigger they are, easier they are to tie.
If I do this, it'll bring them all up.
Aye.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Should have listened to me old lady.
Hey?
Did I get it? I think I got it. Nice.